The opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network.
Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before, so can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look in my soul. I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
Hello, everybody. Welcome inside a Friday episode of Running Point on YSNLive.com, the first Friday of August, and we are just trucking along, getting ready for fall sports. We have one more Friday after this without football, and then we are hitting the ground running when week one hits on August 18th. We are so happy that you are joining us today on Running Point, brought to you as always by our good friends up in the top right corner of the screen, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin Town. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. We got a good show for you planned. We have two fall sports season previews to play for you today. Gonna have more volleyball with Crestview head coach Alicia Auer as the Rebels go for their not one, not two, not three, not four, but fifth consecutive district championship this year. And Coach Auer had the chance to join me this morning, so she will go over what it's going to take to do that for this Crestview Rebel team. And a great conversation with Coach Auer that you're going to be able to hear on this episode of Running Point. But then we also pivot from volleyball and go on to the soccer pitch as the head coach of the Springfield Tigers girls soccer team, Justin Kosick, he was able to join me yesterday for an interview. Fresh off of 100 wins last year, Springfield always a top-tier MVAC team in a tough conference now. Waterloo won it last year. Springfield trying to get back on that throne as Waterloo kind of dethroned them last year. But we'll see if Springfield's able to do it. Justin Kosick went over what his team has to do in order to accomplish that, returning a ton of talent, and the Tigers are going to be contenders this year, that's for sure. So those are the two season previews that we're going to have playing for you guys today. But before we get to all that, I want to give one more shout out to the Austintown girls softball team, 12U, going to the Little League World Series and starting on Sunday. Had plans to get them on the show live today, a couple of players, but their practice slot today in Greenville, North Carolina was 1 to 3, but don't fret. We are going to try to get some interviews there right after practice to post on the website tonight to preview those Austintown Fitch. I should say Austintown. They're not at the Fitch High School yet, but Austintown Little League girls softball team that is going on to the Little League World Series starting on Sunday. 10 a.m. is your first pitch for that. So we are going to have some fun with that team tonight, and you'll be able to see hopefully a couple of player profiles and hopefully a chat with Matt Hamley pop up on the website tonight. We definitely hope for both of those things if it works out. It's a very busy schedule in Greenville, North Carolina. So we're going to try our best to get those interviews up before the game on Sunday at 10 a.m. We also want to remind people. I guess I should not remind people. I haven't told you yet. Our website's going to be getting a overhaul a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. So if you're looking for brand new content over the weekend, it's not going to be there on Saturday and Sunday. So that is just something to take care of, some house cleaning right there. So that's just a reminder there from the content director himself, the guy that's in charge of putting stuff on the website. We will not be having new content on Saturday or Sunday, as our website gets a very exciting and very very thrilling overhaul over the weekend. Other than that, we're going to jump into our fall sports previews because other than that, there is not a lot of sports to talk about. So we're going to jump right back into our volleyball previews. Alicia Auer, the head coach of the Crestview Rebels volleyball team, going for their 5th consecutive district championship here on Running Point. Here's our season preview of Crestview volleyball. Anthony Hartwig here with a Crestview Volleyball Coach's Corner. We are back for another great volleyball season, and of course, that is not complete without a visit from Coach Auer from Crestview. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thanks for having me.
Before we start previewing this year and taking in what we expect from the Rebels this season, I do want you to do a little bit of a season recap from last year and a little bit of a reflection on what this team learned from last year, maybe what you learned from last year, and what you're going to be taking from last year's team into this year.
Well, last year we had a phenomenal season. We ended up losing in regionals to the eventual Division III state champions, Menor Lake Catholic. I can't say I was disappointed at any point in our season. I think the girls played hard. We had a few ups and downs along the way, and we only lost a quality program, so I was very proud of our outcome. This year, I'd like to get back to where we were and take it one step further. So that's been our focus so far this summer and this week at practice.
And that's definitely the focus for a lot of teams. But you guys, you get to regionals. It makes you hungry. How hungry has this team been in the summer to get back to that step? I think we're talking about this the last couple of years now.
Very much. I mean, this year, my seniors have had a district championship every year here at Crestview. So we won their freshman year, we won their sophomore year, we won last year. We even won when they were in 8th grade. So we're potentially looking for our 5th consecutive district championship. And our district's getting tougher. I mean, there's been a lot of shuffling of schools. Some bigger schools have moved down, some smaller schools have moved up that are quality programs. Sorry, school bell. It's August now. But I think that they are really wanting it, and they talk about it at practice, and they're just focused for it. This is a very self-motivating group. It doesn't take a lot of motivation to get them going on the court.
Even though there are a lot of names that a lot of volleyball fans know on your roster, let's still do a Meet the Team segment and go up and down your roster. Some big names that Crestview fans are going to know this year, and also maybe some new faces that they definitely need to know.
Yeah, we are bringing in 4 seniors this year. We have Grace Auer, Julia Blasco, Katie Lissy, and Emily Downey, all 4 phenomenal players. Grace was first team All-Ohio last year. She is a complete player, front row, back row, every position. She just runs the court very well as a setter. She puts the ball away as a hitter. She is just one of those kids you love to have on your team. She's a natural leader. The level of competition rises the second she steps on the court. She just leads by example. She plays hard. She's fantastic. I'm really excited to coach her again, and really sad that this is the last year she'll be in the program. Julia Blasco, last year we had her half of a season because she was a transfer, and I am so excited to have her full season this year. I think she would have made an impact in the postseason play, and so that's a huge level up for us. Julia has a great game. She's very defensively minded. She takes good swings. Big impact player. Katie Lissy, another senior. Actually, all 4 of my seniors are captains this year. Katie has elevated her game in the offseason. She's worked really hard in her club year. She's jumping higher. She's touching well. She's doing a very good job. She's a very positive, motivating player, and she's great to have on the court. Emily Downey, there's another one that she's been on the court for a lot of years, and she's really finding her own defensively. She's impressing us every day at practice. She's fighting for that libero position, and she's doing a great job. Emily is another one of those kids. All 4 of these guys, great kids you love to have on your team. Then we move into our returning letter winners from last year. Obviously, we have Abby M. She's going to be a junior this year. Abby speaks for herself. She is a full, complete game. She dominates in the front row. She touches very high. Blocking is phenomenal. She's the kid that you use as the demo and blocking all the time. She's teaching the younger kids how to do it. And it's funny, they kind of just look at her like, we can't do it that way. Well, Abby gets way over the net, way high. She blocks very aggressively. She's very smart. Glad I have Abby 2 more years. I think this year is going to be a phenomenal year for her. And then I have other returning letter winners. I have Lainey Auer. She'll be a sophomore. She has grown physically and mentally in this off season. She had a great club year. She's coming in aggressive. Lainey, I'm very excited to have for 3 more years. Another returning letter winner, I have Natalie Blakeman. Natalie played some defense for us last year and made some big plays in the postseason. I'm looking forward to what Natalie brings. She's a competitor. She does a great job. And then we have Lydia Campbell is going to round out our varsity roster. Lydia is a junior. She's workhorse. She works so hard. She's always given her all. She's always learning. She's getting better and better. I'm looking for big things from Lydia. So those would be my 8 core varsity kids. And then we'll have some other kids that play some JV, dress up to varsity, and push these kids all season long.
When we talk about Abby M, she made the volleyball news splash this summer with the commitment to the University of Pittsburgh, which is a huge deal. Like I kept telling people on the show, if you don't know volleyball, you just don't know how big of a deal that really is. Pittsburgh is not just your ho-hum volleyball program. It's one of the top programs in the country. In fact, I think they're in the preseason poll number 4. If I'm not mistaken, the AVCA number 4 team. When you have a player make news like that, what does it do to the program? I mean, you automatically put a lot of eyes on you. Everybody in the volleyball community wants to see this player that just committed to a big time program. Maybe other coaches see, oh, someone from Crestview just put Pitt. Maybe we need to start looking at that program. What does it do for this whole program to have a player make that kind of news?
It's really exciting. I know Abby has always looked at Pitt as like, it'd be really cool to go there. It's kind of like the dream, and it's coming to fruition. So it's really awesome for Abby. I'm so excited for her to have this opportunity. For the program, I mean, it's really to be able to, for these freshmen, for these underclassmen to come in and be able to play with these caliber of athletes we have on the varsity court. It's just motivating to get better every day at practice. So they see these kids play, they see what they're doing, the work they're putting in, and the outcome, the rewards with these college opportunities. And it's really exciting, and it's kind of like success breeds success. You see someone that good, you want to strive to be that good. You want to strive to get better. So I think it's very motivating for everyone in the gym, and very exciting for Abby as well as Crestview Volleyball to have this opportunity. So it's amazing. It's really, really awesome.
I also do want to talk about those young girls, the freshmen that are coming in. It could be really daunting to come into a program where there's so much talent already on the floor, and to say, I have to go up against these girls in practice every day. I have to try to live up to this tradition. What have you seen from this year's freshman class that are coming in and, like you said, pushing these girls every day in practice and really giving their all to eventually be a part of this, varsity program, whether it be, suiting up this year and getting in every now and then, or whether it be, earning a spot next year, whatever it may be in their future. What do you see from these young girls that are really impressing you?
Well, the freshmen are workhorses. They jump right in. They don't hesitate. I think that this is one of the strongest freshman class we've had. I mean, this is the strongest top to bottom our program has probably been in my 19 years of coaching. Our freshmen are solid. They're small. We don't have a lot of size in our freshman class, but they train hard. They work hard. They put a lot of time in the off season, and they're competitive. Like, they want to step on the court. They want to play against these older kids. And I see them getting better every day. So it's awesome. What an opportunity for them. Very cool.
When you start saying, hey, we've won 4 straight district championships, we're going for a 5th this year, obviously the talent you have helps with that, but you can't just do it with talent alone. What has made this program so consistently good, especially the last 4 years with 4 straight district championships?
I think we've had a lot of leadership. I mean, I'm going to take my senior class. When my seniors stepped in the gym as freshmen, they worked really hard, and it kind of fed and it kind of spread, and it was contagious. Like, everybody started working harder, and we have all these banners on the wall, and we have all these championships, and the kids just want to keep winning. Success breeds success. I think you see kids doing the right thing, working hard. I mean, these are top level kids. They do well in the classroom. They're respectable members of our school. They're just awesome kids, and I think it's contagious. They want to win. They want to be better players. They want to be better people, and I think that it's just, we're in a really good place right now with the program.
Let's talk about your schedule, and of course, we'll start with that MVAC great here. It feels like every year the teams are raising their bar because they have to, because of where you said it. Garrettsville, Garfield, obviously. Liberty has talent. Camel's taking steps up. Brookfield always giving problems. What do you see out of this league and this conference this year, and how do you think it'll shake up?
I think I've seen the most growth out of Camel over the past few years. I think that their coach is really putting a lot of time in, and I'm anxious to see them on the court. I know that Liberty's bringing back some strong kids. Garfield has a very strong program. LeBray, I mean, Brookfield, at any point in time, any of them can step up. I know Champion's got some kids that are really putting some time in. So I think the level will definitely be better and higher than it was in the past year, and that's something that I've seen continuously grow. So that's great for our league, as these kids work hard in the off season, get stronger, and then they bring it back to their home schools and strengthen their teams.
This is a softball question because I think we ask it every year, and every year it stays the same. But how do you stay away? How does the team stay away from complacency in the league after dominating it for a couple of years and being able to be the top dog, always having the target on your back? How do you keep these girls locked into every team in the league, saying this is our first goal before we start thinking about districts? We have to go and win the MVAC.
Well, they know they have a target on their back. They know it, and they know that they can't take time off. If we want to be at the level we plan to be on at the end of the season, every day is a step. Every day is a step of that ladder to get better. We can't take days off. And honestly, this year I have so many strong kids on the bench that if one of my key players is taking a day off, then they're going to take that day off on the bench, and another player is going to step in. So, like I said before, they're self-motivating. I don't really have to worry about that with this group. They want to win. They want to win the league. They want to win the district. So they know what their goals are, and they know what they have to do to get it. I mean, we've gotten to regionals, and we haven't been able to get past that point. So I think they really use that as motivation, as no matter who's across the net, we have to get better every night.
Outside of the conference, you always have a good schedule for your girls to test themselves. What are some teams that really excite you that pop up outside of the MVAC this year?
We open up with East Liverpool, which will be a great match. And then we have Girard, we have Fitch, we have Mineral Ridge. We have, I don't have my schedule in front of us, but I know those are some of the strong teams we play. We have some bigger schools, and we try to stack our season that way. We'll play Mooney, we play Salem, we play Boardman. So we try to get bigger division schools. Mooney's our division, but I think they're going to have a strong program this year. But sorry, there's the bell again. We just, really focus on those games. Last year we lost to Girard, we lost to Fitch. So those are going to be two games that we really focus on coming in and raising our level and hopefully coming out with victories.
What kind of a benefit is it as a coach to not have to travel too far to find really good volleyball in this area to test yourself with? I mean, there's no travel to Cleveland. You can travel 10 minutes down the road and find a really good volleyball program.
It's great. Ohio is a very good volleyball state. I mean, there's a lot of high-level players, and fortunately in our area right now, there's a lot of great players. So we have some good teams, and it's nice to be able to drive 15, 20 minutes to play a great team.
All right, Coach, before we let you go, I definitely want to give you the chance to always shout out the people that are behind you and the people that are helping you make this Crestview program great. Who are the people behind the scenes that are just making you look good? You get the interviews, but always making you look good. My
coaching staff is hands down one of the best around. The volleyball experience we have, the way we work together. I mean, I feel so blessed to have Mackenzie Cross as my varsity assistant. Casey Landsberger is my JV coach. Sarah Finch is our freshman coach. And then in the middle school this year, we have Drew Farron, an old South Range kid, who's taken over our 7th grade, and Diane Campbell is our 8th grade. So, I mean, we all work together. We run ideas off of each other. We make decisions together. Coaching is much more fun when you have a staff like we have. It's like a family. Crestview Volleyball is like a family, and the coaches are amazing. I'm very fortunate to have them.
Coach, one more question before we let you go. If I had to say, one biggest strength of Crestview that you see that you can rely on this year, and then give me one thing that you want to really get better at before the season starts in your next couple weeks of preseason.
I'm going to say with this team, it's playing consistently at a high level. I think that's a strength of ours. We're very consistent. And then something that I want to work on is also consistency. I feel like if we can limit our errors even more, that's going to make the difference in those big games that are close. So we've been working a lot on limiting errors, and I'm just very proud of how consistently we play at a high level.
All right, Coach, we want to thank you so much for taking the time today and previewing the Crestview season. We are so excited to get started. We can't wait to cover you guys all year, and we also can't wait to talk to you real soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That is Alicia Auer, the head coach of the Crestview volleyball team that is going to try and win their 5th consecutive district championship this year and give those seniors a career full of district championships. But they also are looking for their first regional win. They want to get past that regional semifinal stage. They've been put through buzzsaws every year, and that region has for those 4 years has either given us the state finalist or state champion. Last year, Mineral Lake Catholic ran the gauntlet, won state, and then the other couple years, it was, of course, Independence. Going to, I believe, 3 straight state championship games and falling in all 3 of those state championship games, Independence, in 5 sets. So Crestview's been running into really big juggernauts in that region. Of course, the Barberton region is very, very good, but Crestview is going to continue to try to make those next steps. And with Grace Auer being a senior, you start to feel like this might be the year where they can really culminate and give her and the other seniors, of course, the last hurrah before they leave Crestview and go on to greener pastures. Grace Auer committed to the University of Findlay to continue her volleyball career as an Oiler, taking off that yellow and black, putting on that orange and black after she graduates from Crestview. So really exciting things in Crestview. Obviously, they're going to be very, very good again. They're going to be one of the top teams in the area again. They have all the players in the world to make you believe that. They have the defense that keeps balls up in the air. They have the offense with Abby Imch in the middle, of course. Then Laney and Grace Auer will trade spots when one's in the back row and setting and the other one's in the front row. They're both really, really good hitters. Double machines, both of them. So I think the Crestview's in pretty dang good shape. Not just this year, but for a while with what I'm hearing about their freshmen coming in. And Julia Blasco, Alicia Auer brought her up too. Blasco going to be able to play the whole season this year after having to miss the half of the year after transferring last season. So being able to have Blasco for a complete season might be one of the difference makers in tournament time because she is a very good hitter as well. So very excited to see her in a full season for Crestview. Very excited to see the whole team and what they have to offer this year. They have a good schedule, and the MVAC is good, and their non-conference schedule is good. So we're going to have to see. I mean, I think Crestview has a chance to go undefeated. I think I wouldn't be surprised. They got knocked up a couple of times last year by Gerard and Fitch, and that kind of jolted them for a surprise. But I think they're going to be ready for both those teams this year, and I wouldn't be shocked if we see a goose egg at the end of the regular season under Crestview's banner. So we'll have to see. We're going to take a break on Running Point. When we come back, we go from volleyball to soccer as the girls soccer coach of the Springfield Tigers, Justin Kosick. You'll be able to hear a season preview from him. Fresh off his 100th career victory at Springfield last year, and they're trying to get back into the top of the MVAC for girls soccer. We'll be right back on Running Point, brought to you as always by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
From on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
It's back! Shop Sheely's July 29th through August 5th for our Ashley Furniture event. 1 week only, take an additional 10% off all Ashley furniture. Shop deals like this queen storage bed, just $5.99. Or this beautiful stationary sofa, now $6.99. And this 5-piece counter height dining set, only $8.99. Add the finishing touches to any room with these accent pieces, plus so much more. Hurry in for 10% off Ashley plus 6 months special financing. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Welcome back to Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. And speaking of Greenwood Chevrolet, that is the only place where you can test drive the new 2024 Chevrolet Trax. It is bigger, it is bolder, it is that versatile vehicle that you want in your driveway. Head on down to Greenwood Chevrolet or visit them online to check it out for yourself. Once again, Greenwood Chevrolet, the only place where you can test drive the 2024 Chevrolet Trax. Make sure to head on down there if you're in the market for a new or used vehicle. Also want to give a shout out to one of our other sponsors on YSN, Sheely's. You heard their commercial. To end that commercial break, they are having the special week sale with Ashley Furniture. 10% off of Ashley Furniture. That goes until August 5th, which, if you check your calendar, that's tomorrow. So make sure you make the most out of that deal at Sheely's. If you need some new furniture, there are no better place to go than Sheely's. And there's also no better holiday jingle than Sheely's. I've said that a couple of times, and I will continue to say it and scream it on the mountaintops. Holiday jingles. Sheely's owns it. And good luck to anyone trying to beat it. We're going to continue our fall sports previews here on Running Point as we go from volleyball to soccer and hear from Justin Kosick, the head coach of the Springfield girls soccer team that is trying to get back into the top spot of the MVAC soccer. They got knocked off by Waterloo last year, who was the reigning MVAC champions, but before that, Springfield had won consecutive MVAC championships. So Springfield trying to get back to winning the MVAC. It's going to be tough. Waterloo's in there. They're a great soccer team. You have Crestview, who's going to be a really good soccer team this year. Champion, of course, brings back Taylor Kuhn. So there's going to be a lot of good soccer players in that in the MVAC, which is just one tier in soccer. But Springfield is going to be one of the teams that is really going to try to get back up at the top. So here is the Springfield Girls Soccer Coaches Corner season preview with Justin Kosick. Anthony Hartwig here with a Springfield Girls Soccer Coaches Corner with a season preview, joined again by Justin Kosick, the head coach of the girls soccer team over at Springfield. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time again to give us a season preview.
Thanks for having me again. I appreciate talking to you guys and everything you guys are doing for the sport.
You got it, Coach. One of the things I like to do to start these season previews is have a little bit of a reflection on last year. We don't get those postseason, recaps. So what kind of things did you learn from last year? What kind of things are we taking away from last year's girls soccer program?
That our district got a lot harder. I mean, that's number one. When you add Poland, Lakeview, and Mooney to a district that already had us, and Waterloo was in there, and Crestview, and some really good teams, United. It was a tough tournament draw last year, and the super districts really don't make it any easier. I think we got a little bit ahead of ourselves last year and started looking at the big picture, and we've always been a program that focuses on the small things. So we've kind of tried to get back to that this year based on how the last 3 years have ended with a district semifinal loss. We want to get past that point this year.
What are some things that the returning players especially have kind of done already in the summer to make you confident that they're going to be able to learn from those mistakes that you've already pointed out?
Starting with the seniors, we've met with my assistant coach and I, Gina Vecchio, and we've met with our seniors 5 or 6 times starting in January just to talk about leadership and expectations and what we want from them and to find out what they want from the program and what they expect of their underclassmen. So starting with that, I think that's been a big push for us. Returning wise, I mean, we've got 7 seniors coming back. It's a good number for us, and they're all kind of bought in this year and ready to go. And they're leading in different ways, which is good. Helping out the sophomores. We only have two sophomores. So the seniors and the juniors kind of step up as leaders. We have 5 incoming freshmen that we're looking for actually minutes from all of them and just helping us out a lot and filling in the holes that we lost with the seniors that graduated last year. I say it year to year, but it's always a different team. I mean, we lost 5 seniors. We have 5 freshmen coming in. That it just creates a completely different team. We have a new sophomore that joined us this year. So just trying to figure out how to play with each other, how to make the runs and talk to each other and communicate and read what's happening and just get along. And that's been the big thing this summer. Like, I mean, we spent a day in Camp Field. We still did our Columbus trip for a weekend, and the bonding and the togetherness that they formed was great. Soccer hasn't been the best so far this summer. We're still waiting for stuff to click, but everything off the field is probably a little bit beyond where we would want it at this point. So we're thrilled with that.
Let's meet that team. Go through your roster. Tell us some of the big names that are returning and some of the big names that you're going to be leading on. And then some of those new faces that you're bringing into the fold that are going to be big spots in this Springfield team.
Okay. Like I said, our senior class, it's a pretty good senior class this year. We have Ella Perry, Ashley Bellstrom, Macy Isaacson, Riley Blakeman, Ava Vecchione, Emma Sanders, and Hallie Joyce. Most of them have been 4-year players. I know Emma and Ava have started since they were freshmen. I know Macy and Riley and Ashley got a lot of minutes last year. Hallie joined us as a sophomore and started some games that year and started a bunch of games last year for us. So our senior class, we have a lot of experience with them, which is a good thing. The junior class, we also have a lot of experience. I mean, they've been playing since they were freshmen. We have Hannah Stouffer's been starting since she was a freshman. Sammy Schaefer, same thing. Kendall Mon, same thing. Emma Mills is one of our keepers this year. We're probably going to have 2 and flip-flop a lot based on what the score is and who's playing and what formation we're playing, but she's probably going to be our starting keeper this year. Adara McLaughlin is a junior that's gone through some injuries in the past, She is really working hard to try to get on the field this year, and we're really noticing a difference in her. Maddie Page was our leading goal scorer last year as a freshman, so she's coming back as a sophomore. Playing a little bit of a different role this year than what we started her with last year, which is good for her. We got her more in a comfortable spot for her. Alyssa Dillon did not play last year as a freshman, but she's joining us as a sophomore this year. So the two of them together, I mean, we're hoping for some good things. When you only have a class of 2, you need those 2 to be really good players. So that's what we're pushing for. The freshmen, I've been working with this group since they were in 3rd and 4th grade. So I'm excited to get them. They've been coming to some foot skill sessions. They've been doing travel with us. They've been doing the junior high league that we started, just helping out in anything that they can and just soaking up as much as they possibly can. Ali Guerrero is a freshman. She's going to be on the field, whether it's at keeper or at a mid somewhere. She's going to be on the field for us a lot. Christina Vecchione is Ava's younger sister. She's a freshman this year. I've been waiting to get her for 3 or 4 years now, and I'm really excited. Completely different player than Ava, but Phil Kara Castor is a freshman. She comes with some speed, which is really going to be nice. Brianne Carnahan is the 4th one. She's been another one that's been to all of my stuff since she was in 4th grade. And she's just soaked it up, and we just got to get her to the speed of the high school game. And I think that everything will be really good from there. And then who is my last freshman that I'm missing here? My last freshman, Reagan Peoples. It's always nice to have a left foot on your team, and she has a very strong left foot. So when she starts gaining a little bit more control with the ball, she's going to help us out on that side of the field a ton. And that's my whole roster.
And now that we've met the team, the next thing on the slate is obviously talking about the schedule. This MVAC is very tough in girls soccer. You know that. I think everybody in the conference knows that. How do you expect it to shake up this year? And where are some things that you can see yourselves taking advantage of inside this MVAC this season?
It's over the last 5 years, it's just gotten progressively harder and harder and harder, which is a good thing because it gets you ready for tournaments. I would say 3.5 years ago, Waterloo just kind of completely flipped their program, and they've been a really tough team ever since. They're the defending champions. They're obviously the team to beat. They knocked us off last year twice. We were able to hang with them in the first half, but then the second half of both games, they just took it to us. Barry does a really nice job down with the Crestview girls, and Kerrigan Miller's coming back this year, so I expect them to have a really strong year. Who else is in there that I'm forgetting? Champion. They still have Taylor Kuhn, and they have some other girls that are filled in around her. So I know that they're going to be a tough game. Brookfield, their record has not been good the last few years, but they play us tough every time we play them. It's never an easy game. We have to fight for everything that we get with them. The league has really improved, and I would probably put it up there with any of the other leagues, whether it's Division II or Division III in the area. We're obviously not quite up to the Division I level, but the leagues that are D2, D3, I think our league's right up there competitiveness with them. We just lost Liberty. They just dropped out, didn't have enough players. So we're scrambling for 2 more games. But out of conference, I mean, we play Salem, really tough D2 school. United, Sarah does a great job with them every year, and you just know they're going to be ready to play you. South Range is our opening game, so we always say the next game we have is the most important game of the season. So right now, South Range is the number 1 game we have that we're worried about this year. And then we just added Villangelo St. Joe up in Cleveland towards the end of the season to fill in for one of the Liberty games. That's going to be quite a bus trip, but it's good before the tournament because we get used to that travel and getting off the bus and getting ready to warm up and play a game after a long bus ride. And then I believe Bob Beam, our AD, just texted me a little bit ago. I think that we have secured JFK for our other out-of-league game. So our out-of-league games are getting tougher, and our in-league games each year just keep getting stronger and stronger. It's a good schedule.
With the league getting better, and like you said, your non-conference schedule getting even better this year, how much do you think that's going to help? I mean, you said at the top that this district is getting to be a monster. You're testing yourself every night with these non-conference and conference games. How much do you think that'll help come tournament time? You know, your girls have that experience against high-level soccer teams.
I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it. I mean, you schedule some games that you get the easy wins and you build the confidence, or you schedule the games that you're fighting every week, or every night, like you just said. I tend to think that the more you push the girls and have a couple of tough losses or a couple of really tough wins, just prepares you for the tournament. And we have scrimmages scheduled. We played not Badger, Beaver Local tonight. Next week we have Badger, we have Poland, we have Lakeview. So we've tried to schedule scrimmages up just to see some of these teams and at least get to know them a little bit, so that when if we do face them in the tournament, we're more ready for them. We don't just have to rely on film and what other coaches have told us. So hopefully the preseason kind of gears us towards that. And then the regular season gets you ready for the tournament. And that's why you schedule the hard games, so you can be tournament ready. Like I said, you don't have to be ready August 19th for us. We have to be ready at the end of October.
And you don't have to be ready for the season yet. You have plenty of scrimmages to kind of evaluate your team and to evaluate what you need to do before the season starts. What kind of things do you want to see in the next couple of weeks of preseason, your team to succeed at before you get to the season opener?
We need to improve our spacing. That was evident when we went to Columbus 2 weeks ago. We have the new turf field this year. The field is much wider than it has been in the past. And one of the things that we've struggled with the last couple of years is keeping the width of the field. So I know we need to work on spacing and not getting all bunched up and jumbled onto one side of the field. And then communicating is another one. I keep stressing to the girls, I want them to think out loud. If they're thinking it, I need them to say it, because if they're just quiet, we can't correct anything. If they say something and it's not right, at least they're thinking and we can correct that. So, I mean, those are our two big things, the spacing and the communicating, which can always just get better as the season goes on.
We always ask you about the Springfield community that keeps you coming back to coaching every year. I mean, what is it about this Tiger Town, USA that makes it so special and makes you want to keep coming back and being a part of this athletic community?
I mean, it's honestly crazy out here. And I know I've listened to Coach Guerrero talk to you and Coach Jones in the past with volleyball and Matisse with basketball. And we all kind of say the same thing. It's unlike anywhere else. I mean, the support that we get, it's always positive support. And it's crazy the help that you get from everybody if you ask for it. The donations that come in, the volunteering of time and energy and effort, and you get it with everything that we do. And the community just shows up and supports, and it's awesome to be a part of.
Let's talk about the people behind the scenes that you have helping you make this soccer team what it is. We know that you don't do it by yourself. So who are some people that you have behind you that are helping you make this soccer program what it will be this year?
I mean, number one is Bob Beam. I mean, I believe that we have the best AD in the Tri-County area, if not Northeast Ohio. He is phenomenal to work with. He's easy to work with. He's so laid back and just, hey, we'll figure it out. We don't have to stress about it. We'll figure it out. That's the number one thing that has kind of relaxed this and made it more enjoyable to do. Gina Vecchione this is her second year being my assistant. Her confidence in what she knows and what she is able to tell the girls and help with this year is so far and beyond what it was last year. And it's so much fun to watch her jump into a drill at practice and just kind of explain to some of them what needs changed, how it should be done, or just the positive aspect of what she brings to the team. Emma Mills Emma Mills' sister, Megan Mills, is one of my former players, and she's a volunteer coach for us also. She can't come to much in the summer, but she's been at all of our scrimmages. She's been to a couple of practices, and as we start going in the evening here in another week, she'll start being at everything that we do. She's the second former player that I've had come back and coach with me, and I love that. Even some of the ones that you thought maybe you didn't get through to them, those are the ones that have showed up to coach, and it makes you feel like you're doing it the right way and that they appreciated what you did and they want to be a part of the program, not just the team that they were on.
Before we let you go, Coach, I want you to give the Springfield fans a preview of when your first game is and when they can get out to see the girls soccer team for their first time this season.
Our first game, we are at home on Saturday, August 19th, and we play South Range at 2:00. So that will be our turf opener. Unfortunately, the football team gets them at home the night before us, so Sean gets to open the turf before I do, but we do get our first game of the season on our new turf field.
But you guys get to scrimmage before they do, right? So you get to kind of christen that turf for the scrimmage, right?
Yes, Monday night we have Badger at home, and they don't have a home scrimmage until Thursday. So
there you go. So, both sides of the coin. And if you can't get up for South Range, if you're in the Springfield community and you can't get up for that rivalry, then I don't know what you're doing. So
exactly.
Get out there, support that girls soccer team on Saturday the 19th at 2:00. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and giving us a good season preview. We look forward to covering you all season, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you sometime this season.
One of our favorites here at Running Point, Justin Kosick, has always been a big contributor of YSN during the soccer season, and happy to see him come back on for another year of coaching the Springfield girls soccer team. And that is our first soccer season preview, but our first of many. We have some in the works. Definitely want to hit up Mike Bailey again. Hopefully we can get him on the show from Canfield. Stay even. He gave us that. I mean, we milked that saying for the whole sports season after he said it. So definitely going to get him. Aaron Gilbert, big friend of the show, coach of the Garfield girls soccer team. Hope to get him on, of course. Poland, we got to preview Poland and West Branch. Both those soccer teams, very, very good as well. So we're going to try to reach out to as many soccer teams as possible. Obviously, Waterloo, can't leave Kara English out, and she is about to break, God willing, break a state soccer goal record for career goals. She's on pace to do it. So hopefully we can see a state record fall this year in Waterloo with Kara English on the heels of the career goal record in the state of Ohio. With that being said, we're going to wrap up the show today. Before we do, I do want to give a shout out once again. We can't give enough to the Austintown softball team playing in the Little League World Series this weekend. Sunday at 10 a.m. against North Carolina is their first game of the week. And just like regionals, it is a double elimination tournament until you get into the championship game. Then it is winner take all. Austintown proved they can come back from a loser's bracket, but we don't want to see that happen again. Hopefully we can see them win that first game on Sunday, build some momentum, and then carry it. Little League World Series. Come on, let's do it. Like, there's no reason why we can't do it. We've been the softball capital of Ohio for a long time, and we've won the state championship in high school. We won the state championship in Little League, won the regional. Why not us? Austintown going to start that journey on Sunday. Make sure to tune in. ESPN is where you can find it. 10 a.m. versus North Carolina as they prepare for the big trek into the World Series. So we wish them the best of luck. We'll have, hopefully, fingers crossed, some player interviews to put up before that game goes off on Sunday with more players from the Austintown roster and maybe another chat with Matt Hamley as well. They're obviously very busy down in Greenville. They had practice today, 1 to 3. Tried to get them on the show, just couldn't swing it. So we're definitely going to try our best to get some interviews with them down in Greenville before they play on Sunday morning too. So make sure to keep an eye on our social media accounts and our website for those coming up. I'm Anthony Hartwig. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Running Point, brought to you, as always, by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on Monday from 1 to 2.